it's Emily. Welcome back. I hope you guys had a great week. My week was really great. Just before I start the Q&A, like I've told you guys, I'm going to do a Q&A this week. I'm going to go over a couple of things. Pride. It was really awesome. I'm going to put some pictures over here that I took at Pride. And, it was really cool. There was a lot of stuff. The volunteer work went really well. I got a lot of volunteers, some donations. I always feel weird about asking for a donation after they agree to volunteer. It's like you're giving your time, So, we did get a lot of volunteers, and I had a partner, Ian, and then we, there was other people there, and they had a lot of volunteers, which was great. And yeah, it was just a really cool, fun time, and it was my first Pride, and it was really cool seeing the parade as well, and other stuff like that. And I'd never been there, so it was really successful, and it was really cool. So before I get to the Q&A, as you guys saw from the title as well, it's my birthday. Well, not today, but Saturday will be my birthday, June 17th. So yeah, it's my birthday this weekend. I will be 32 years old. My God, I feel really old. But it should be a lot of fun. We're gonna have some friends over, and we're gonna have like a Disney extravaganza, and we're gonna make some Disney inspired drinks and cocktails, and just like watch Disney movies and play games and stuff like that. It should be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to have a bunch of my friends here and just do that kind of stuff because I love Disney. What you guys don't know yet, and I will let you know right now. In October, I will be going to Disney World, and I will be doing a video from the Magic Kingdom for you guys. So one of my videos coming in October will be from the Magic Kingdom, and I'm really excited about doing that. Birthday Saturday, yay! Q&A. You guys asked so many great questions, and I really appreciate it. There were some doubles, so I will I'll go through what I will. I chose a good, about 6 or 7 of them just to go through, just because so many were double questions. So let's start off, and the first one is, how did your coworkers adjust to your transition since you work pretty much in a male environment? Also, how was your boss and faculty adjusted to your transition? I've actually already talked about this once, but I will talk about it again. If you guys don't know, I work in a university setting at a college, and I work in an IT and engineering, which is a very male-dominant field. For the most part, my immediate coworkers have been really great about it. They haven't really had a problem. I haven't had any problems with them. It's been very great. On the offhand, faculty, there have been some issues. They haven't been that great though. It's not. They're not like giant issues where it's like, oh my God, I did have a faculty member yell my old name down a hallway, which kind of stunk and didn't feel good. I've had faculty who refused to call me Emily. That kind of stunk, but it was taken care of. We kind of went through it and reinsured with them and stuff like that. So my immediate boss has been really great about it, especially for sticking up for me and helping out. But overall, it's been a really great experience. Obviously, in a university setting, it is, it's not going to be as difficult, and I had a feeling it wasn't going to be as difficult because the students are great. Students, I have not one issue with students. Students in general have been really accepting, even more so close to me because of it, and they want to get to know me now, and I want to get to know them now because I'm happy. And it's a great thing. But the fact of being in a male dominant field, that has definitely changed. More so, not like I'm not treated any differently, at least by them. I am treated differently sometimes just for being a woman now, which is definitely an interesting thing. It's nothing purposeful or anything like that. Just people who don't know me or didn't know me before, I'm now seeing what it's like. And it's definitely a little intense sometimes. I'll do a whole video actually on that, just the differences I've seen from working, as a male and then now working as female. It's definitely interesting. But there are little things like, well, I'll go out to lunch, and before it was fine, but now it's like five guys and me, and it's just like I seem way out of place. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's been really good, and I'm really happy with it. So thank you. And that came from Jessica. I say that because Jessica actually worked with us, which is funny when I saw that, and I was like, wait, I know you. Okay, let's get the other one up here. So the next question is, how do you feel when you hear your other name in public? Is it enough to trigger dysphoria? This is something that it is a problem. When I hear my old name in public, I will kind of turn. I don't do it as often anymore, but I will kind of turn because, 30 years of my life, I've heard that name. And it does trigger a little bit of dysphoria to hear it again. Like, it comes, back and forth. More so, I'll get messages, especially on dating sites, like I've told you guys, from somebody who has my old name, and it's like, no, this is way too weird, and I can't do that. I mean, for the most part, though, I have noticed that I acknowledge my new name much more than my old name. It's still something that's there, and sometimes if I hear it, more so if somebody uses it by mistake, and I understand mistakes are going to happen, and it does, but it definitely kind of stings hearing it because I don't even see myself as that person anymore. So, like, that, it's almost like a different person. So, like, hearing that is so weird to me and just, like, throws me off a little bit. Sometimes I don't even realize the person would be talking to me, though. It's gotten to that level, which is great. And, it does, to answer the question, it does give some dysphoria, but it's definitely getting better as time goes on. Like I said, I've only been out I'm almost at 6 months now, full time, which is great. But that, as I've done more full time and been Emily more, it's just definitely not been as much of an issue as it used to be. I still don't like hearing it, but okay, so the next question is, in your dreams, do you ever appear as your old self? And if so, how does that make you feel? It's an interesting question. I used to actually appear as my old self. In fact, it's funny that was asked because recently I haven't. And it was like a month or so ago, for the first time, I didn't. And it was like I woke up and I was actually really happy about it because I think when you dream, like, you're dreaming basically based on how you present most of the time. And yes, I've been trans, but I've been, before I was full time, a little over 5 months ago, I was basically living as male during work and everything like that. So the majority of my time was spent as male, so I dreamed that way. And obviously I still dream, though, of having, my transgender tendencies and, like, doing what I want to do. But because I was living the majority of my life as a male, I was dreaming as male. But recently, because, like I've said, it's been a lot longer and I've been full time, I have gotten to the point where I'm starting to dream as myself, as Emily, and it's really nice because that's how I present. I think it's the whole becoming more normal thing, and things are just kind of evening out, which, it just feels really good to do that. I remember the first time it happened, it was like a month or so ago, and I woke up and I was really happy. Like, it was like wow, I actually dreamed as myself, like, and not as male, because that's not how I'm presenting as much anymore. And this is like truly all the time now, which definitely, when it does that, it's really nice and it opens your eyes. So thank you. How do you administer your hormones? You look gorgeous, by the way. Thank you. I had two hormone questions. One about administering hormones, and then another one here about what hormones do I take. I'll go over that. I know I've never really done this question. I won't tell you guys what doses I'm on because I definitely feel you should go to a doctor. Because everybody's different. You have to get your kidneys checked. I still get my kidneys checked every 3 months. So that is definitely about the doses you should take. You should definitely talk to a doctor. They're very confidential about it. It's super easy, especially where I go Fenway. It's super easy about it. But I do take spironolactone and estradiol. And Yeah, I take pills, so I don't do the injection. I did think about it, but I have heard that the ups and downs of taking the injection sometimes can, mess with your emotions and mess with you mentally. So I really don't want to, dive into that. I'd rather just have everything stable, one line. But yeah, so I do take pills by pill, and I take spironolactone and estradiol. Yeah, it's it's pretty simple, and I hate that I do have to take it every day and so much, and sometimes I do forget once in a great while, and it can really throw me off. I remember the other day I didn't eat actually or take my pills. Like I took them like 2 or 3 hours late, and I wanted to rip people's heads off. I like yelled at my coworker and boss. Like I would just, if I don't take them on time, like I will go crazy, and like I don't like that part of it, but that's just me. But yeah, that's what I take, and yeah, it's not that bad. So, the next question is, what has been the hardest moment so far, or what moment do you think will be the hardest that you haven't yet? I think the hardest so far was just coming out to everybody in general, but more so like coming out with work, going full time for my parents. That was probably the hardest thing. Overall, the probably hardest thing yet to come is probably going to be bottom surgery, because I am still a little frightened of that and the electrolysis for it. My electrolysis on my face has been painful enough. I don't want to think about electrolysis in a different area. But yeah, I think overall the hardest thing yet to come will probably be my surgery. And dating. Dating has been very hard, and dating is something that I'm thinking about starting to do and wanting to start do it, and stuff like that. But it's just when you're in the situation I'm in, it can be very hard. And as much as I want to go full into that, there's more stuff I want to take care of, obviously, like I just said. So yeah, I mean that's probably the gist of it. Thanks. So the next question is, and the last question. When a cis person is dating a trans person, what is the best way to approach the topic of sex? Okay. Personally, for me, when it comes to sex, about what genitals you have and stuff like that, I feel like it shouldn't be discussed until you're almost ready to like do that and the person. I on my dating sites and stuff like that, I say that I am trans straight out. I don't leave any sugarcoat. I put that I am trans. When it comes to genitals and stuff like that and what's going on there and sex, I think that shouldn't matter. It should basically be when you're close enough to even consider that, then it should be talked about. Because that's not what makes you you. It doesn't make me me, it's just part of me. And obviously that will change, of course, like we've talked about with surgery. But like, for me, that's not why I'm dating a person. I'm not dating you just for sex. If this is the type of person that's going to date you just for sex or date me just for sex, I don't want anything to do with that person. I want to get to know someone on a human level and connect with them and spend time with them and, enjoy their company and just like being around them. That's why I would want to date them in the first place. Sex isn't the biggest thing. So yeah, when it comes to that, I would just say, the last possible thing to bring up when you're about to even, when you get close to that point. I know I personally wouldn't even want to. As soon as somebody even messages me or talks to me about sex before even meeting them, I'm done. I don't want anything to do with them because like. You haven't even met me yet. We barely talked, and like you're talking about that, it's done. To bring it up, if you've been dating a long time, like I just said, is basically like, let me talk to you about it. Like talk to me about it like a normal person, and then I will bring up anything that I need to talk to you about it. It just makes it easier. It's for something to say. I don't know if everybody's like that, but I know I personally I would be the one to want to kind of like go into that and talk to you about it. I wouldn't want someone to say, "Hey, do you have such and such?" And like, no, it just even if we're dating for a long time, that'd be super awkward. I'd be like, dude, no. But yeah, that's kind of how I stand. So thank you guys. I will keep you updated when I talk to you guys next week. I'll tell you all about my birthday. My wonderful, wonderful birthday. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's wonderful. My God, if I just said that and it sounded wonderful, that'd be awful. Okay. I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great week and a great weekend. And I love you. And bye. And don't forget to subscribe and check out other videos you haven't watched and share. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys. Definitely share. I love having you guys on here, and it should be great if more people do. All right? All right. I love you guys.